Look at Medicare for all. I ran for president in 2016. Yeah, my rights were being violated. And as a citizen, I actually have the necessary qualifications that the Constitution says that I have to have. Now, the universal health care coverage, I wanted to remind everyone that I have what's known as the Well Child Clinic. Yes, it's one of these little clinics where we have a machine that can do an evaluation of the blood of each and every American citizen. Now, somebody keeps putting stuff in the food, yes, that is affecting the actual blood of the citizens. Now, let's say I gave away free blood tests to every individual, right? And your blood said that there was no disease or illness in you. Yes. As a citizen, it has been my experience, yes, not having insurance that I've had to go to the emergency room for a $15 prescription for penicillin. Yes. Now that's $1,000 emergency room visit for a $15 prescription, a non-addictive antibiotic known as penicillin. Yes. I've had to do that numerous times. You know what I found out? As an individual that realizes that insurance companies are for-profit corporations, yes, I don't think it's Medicare for all. I think it's well child clinics. Yes. Let's say you have what is known as something, yes, as in illness or disease, after a blood test, right, where antibiotics is all that you need to fix the problem. We don't need Medicare for all because a lot we do not need universal health care coverage. Now, I know from personal experience, the idea of insurance, yes. If at the Well Child Clinic you had a $25 blood test, because I know the bureaus, could you call the FBI for me, the Federal Bureau of Investigation? And then the commissioner, the Bureau of the Internal Revenue Service? I mean, let's look at the taxation for a second. Okay. Most of what people go to the doctor for is some sort of flu, right? Allergy, yes. Some sort of illness that requires antibiotics or quite possibly steroids. Non addictive, yes. And if they could just get a $10 prescription, it would solve their problem. Now, what you want to do is you want to pay for all the major illnesses and diseases, the cancers, yes, the AIDS, poop, the bron. From my personal experience, and that experience has been that disease and illness is in the blood of the individual. And we have a supercomputer available to do an analysis of the blood tests of every individual. Now, after that, it's $25. And for all of you that go out and are promiscuous, yes, and you wonder what it was that you were having sex with, yes, you should probably pay $25 every time you go out. Now, considering the technology, this idea of providing universal health care coverage, right, at the expense of taxation, when really what you need is a blood test. Oh, to find out if there's anything wrong with you. Now, the Federal Bureau of Investigation has a very nice supercomputer system that if I were to give them my blood, poop, these computers, yes, that do the evaluating of the actual blood are not as expensive as they were 20 years ago. I could get one of these for maybe 20, 30. I know we do not need health care for all. We need well child clinics, yes, where a parent could take their child in there, do a blood test, find out what the problem is, yes, get a prescription for antibiotics. Now, I could tell. Well, why don't you get me right? All the actual federal funds that have been spent on all the natural disasters for the last 100 years. Yes. The increasing, you know, I have the personal life experience of knowing what is absolutely necessary to protect the population from disease and illness. And without a blood test, you will want